Hey y'all, this is April and Sayla. I want to tell you a little bit about one of Sayla's therapies that she does. It's called Hippotherapy. And hippo comes from the Greek word which means horse. So hippotherapy means therapy aided by a horse. There are different types of therapists that can do hippotherapy. It can be a physical therapist, occupational therapist, or speech therapist. And we personally use an occupational therapist. It originates all the way back to ancient Greek writings from Hippocrates, which talked about using horses for therapy. I don't think it became an official type of treatment until the 1960s in Germany. But Sayla rides a horse named Lincoln, and she rides the horse bareback, and they have a blanket over the horse. And she has people on either side of her holding her up. They call them sidewalkers. And then there's someone guiding the horse. And then the therapist walks beside, just kind of telling the sidewalkers how to hold Sayla and keep her upright. There are different diagnoses that would qualify someone for this type of treatment. It can include things like cerebral palsy, traumatic brain injury, autism, ADHD, pretty much anything that causes sensory motor issues or developmental delay. Are you talking about it too? You want to tell them how you ride Lincoln? Yeah. So she has to wear a helmet just in case something were to happen and there was a fall. And she looks very cute with her helmet. Hippotherapy is different from therapeutic riding. Therapeutic riding is where one would learn skills to ride a horse, whereas hippotherapy is all about the movement of the horse. A horse's pelvis moves very similar to a human's pelvis. And so when the child is on the horse and feels this movement, they're able to get that sensory input that they wouldn't usually feel because Sayla's immobile, so she doesn't walk, and she also has a hard time holding up her trunk and her head on her own. And that's one of her goals for hippotherapy, is to be able to have better trunk control and hold her head upright. I think the longest that she's held her head up on her own while on Lincoln was 13 seconds, which was a huge achievement. Did you do that? Yeah. There are several benefits to hippotherapy. Like I said, it increases the sensory input. It also can help with muscle tone and muscle strength. It can increase mobility and body awareness and also verbal communication. Yeah, so Sayla is nonverbal, and it wasn't until she started hippotherapy a couple years ago that she said her first actual word, which was night-night, which was very exciting. Sayla does hippotherapy at the Kentucky Horse Park. The actual therapeutic riding center is called Central Kentucky Riding for Hope, and it is a nonprofit organization. It's all donation based, and they have their own arena, they have their own stables, and they have a lot of volunteers that help, such as her sidewalkers are volunteers. And her therapist is from a local rehab hospital which partners with the therapeutic center. And we were fortunate enough to have the therapy part covered by insurance. So I think they coded it under occupational therapy. And we heard about hippotherapy through some fellow special needs children and moms who have used it, and it's been a great benefit for Sayla. And we hope you enjoy this video of her riding Lincoln.
I had a horse named Savannah. Rode her down to Atlanta just to buy a bad banana. I rode Savannah down to Atlanta. I had a horse named Savini. Rode her down to Etlini just to buy a BB-Nini. I rode Savini down to Etlini. I had a horse named Savini. Rode her down to Etlini just to buy a bye-bye-nine-nine. I rode Savini down to Etlini.